Welcome to Watch List. Today I'm going to go over my picks and updated power rankings for Week 10 of the NFL regular season, starting with rankings. And we have a new number one this week again. The Los Angeles Rams have moved to the top spot with 7 first place votes. Other teams receiving first place rankings were the Buffalo Bills, Philadelphia Eagles, Seattle Seahawks for the first time, and Tampa Bay still has one. So there are your top teams. Now the Colts were number one last week, but since they lost, they've dropped 4 spots. But they're still at number 5 this week. And let's see the bottom half of the league. The team that's still at number 32 is the Tennessee Titans, with most of the last place votes, and then the New Orleans Saints have 4 last place rankings. The Jets don't have any last place rankings, but they did just trade away their whole defense, so I guess we'll see how they do next week. As far as the range is concerned, the team that has the biggest span here, we have the Baltimore Ravens. They have a top 5 from Pro Football Focus, and then they have 18 slots lower. They have a 23 for Sharp Football Analysis. So that's the biggest span. Also, the Kansas City Chiefs. They have a 2. They have a number 2 from Walter Football as well as Pro Football Focus. And they have a 17 from NFL Spin Zone. So that's their 15 span. And then the Atlanta Falcons are 13. They've got a 15 high here at the Ringer, and they've got a low of 28, which is right next to it at USA Today. So those are the teams with the biggest span, biggest range. And then let's see, the movers from last week. Kansas City and Green Bay both dropped 7 spots because they both lost. Kansas City lost to Buffalo. Although Buffalo is now number 2, I don't think they should have dropped that far, but they did. And Green Bay, because they lost to the Carolina Panthers, who are sitting here at number 19 now. So that was a little bit more justified, I think. They couldn't score any points there. And then the biggest mover upward is the Seattle Seahawks. They did beat the Washington Commanders, but I think this is more of it's been building up all year, and Seattle's, by attrition from all the other teams losing, I think they kind of keep moving up and up. And there they are, sitting at number 4, including, like I said, 2 first place rankings with the NFL.com and Sports Illustrated. Both have them at number 1. And there's also a couple of number 2s in there as well. So Seattle's the big mover this week on the way up. So there you go. Those are the updated rankings. So here's how I did last week. Both the rankings and the instinct picks, I was 9 wins, 5 losses, so 64%. So on the season, I'm still a little bit better with the ranking picks than my instinct picks. And there were a couple that were really close. Cincinnati had the lead until that last minute. The Chicago Bears had that long touchdown. Denver and Houston was a close game, but Denver pulled it out on a low-scoring game. I did have Pittsburgh beating Indianapolis and Buffalo beating Kansas City. So those are the differences. You can see how I did week over week. I did a little bit better than I did the previous week with my instinct, but still trailing the rankings overall. All right, let's hit week number 10. And we'll go through these based on these are the picks based on the rankings. And what do I think? I think Denver's going to beat the Raiders. Yep. I think Indianapolis is going to win in Germany against the Falcons. Saints and Panthers. I think Carolina's going to win this. Giants and the Bears. I'm going to take Chicago. Jacksonville and Houston. It says Jacksonville is higher ranked. Let me see. I think I can take Houston in this one. Buffalo and Miami. I'm going to go with Buffalo. Baltimore and Minnesota. I'm going to take Baltimore. Although Minnesota's close. They did upset the Detroit Lions last week, so I don't know. I think Baltimore's on the way back here. Cleveland and the Jets. Ooh, this is another one. I think I'm going to take Cleveland just because the Jets traded away their defense, as I just said. Tampa Bay versus the New England Patriots. Tampa Bay, I think they had the week off last week. I think they'll be able to have the home game and get the win there, even though the Patriots are on the up in the top 10, I think. Yeah, they're 9. Arizona just beat the Dallas Cowboys, but Seattle's going to win this one. Rams versus San Francisco. Do the San Francisco have any chance? Because that's who I'd pick here. It looks like the low end of the Rams, even though they're ranked first, is a 9. So, and the 49ers have a high of an 8. I kind of want to pick San Francisco because they're home. They didn't make any trades. I think they're good with their team right now. There you go. There's my big upset. Detroit versus the Commanders. Take Detroit. I think Jaden Daniels might be out for the season now. Pittsburgh and the Chargers. This one's a real tight one. Chargers are home. I usually take the home team on these kind of things. I feel Pittsburgh. Let's look at them. They both have a high of a 10. Pittsburgh has a low end of a 17. I'm going to go with the Chargers as an upset here. Philadelphia and the Packers. And I think Green Bay is going to go ahead and get back on track. And that's it. There's my picks for Week 10. Thanks for watching.